Another year, another record-setting enrollment for Texas Tech's undergraduate population. Coming up, we'll have a breakdown of the numbers from this year's official announcement.
There are many opportunities for students to show off their creativity here on campus. Find out how one event gave students the chance to create a work of art using an everyday item, and all for a good cause next.
And the Red Raider basketball team is only a few victories away from a Big 12 championship. But could the team maintain their record against Oklahoma State? MCTV's Ryan Heller will be in with the highlights from that game and more in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Paige Sachse.
And I'm Angelina Galvan. If you've been on campus over the last several years, then you know that Texas Tech keeps growing.
That's right, Angelina. Even though the growth has slowed down over the last couple of years, the university continues to set enrollment records almost every semester, and this year is no different. Last week, Texas Tech officially announced the spring enrollment for spring 2019. The official enrollment as of the 20th day of class is 28,465, which surpasses last spring's record of 28,249. The current university enrollment is made up of 4,506 freshmen, 6,416 sophomores, 6,947 juniors, and 10,205 seniors. The total also accounts for students working towards a second degree or are listed as a special undergraduate classification. Along with the increase in undergraduate enrollment, the graduate program also had an increase from 5,605 students last year to 5,687 this year. The university releases official enrollment information each semester after the 20th class day, and that is the last day students can withdraw from the university with a refund.
In other news, students looking for a way to show off their talents had the opportunity to enjoy a chance at fame during a special event last night.
It's been raining 5 days.
Open mic night took place Wednesday night in the sub courtyard. Starting at 7 p.m., students could step up to the mic and show off their skills. The performances included music, comedy, poetry, and more. Those who attended last night's event also enjoyed free treats and refreshments.
Here we have Open Mic Night, and it's available to anyone who's a Texas Tech student. You can do poetry, comedy, or sing.
Wednesday's Open Mic Night was hosted by the Student Activities Board, and it was free and open to all with a Texas Tech ID. SAB's next event is this week's late night movie. This week's feature is a recent film, Instant Family, starring Mark Wahlberg and Rose Byrne. The movie will be screened at 10 p.m. tonight and tomorrow in the Sub Escondido Theater. And as always, it's free with a student ID.
Texas Tech's on-campus food pantry recently held a unique event that gave students a chance to show their creative side while helping those in need. On Monday, the Office of Student Involvement had their first ever construction competition in the sub ballroom. From 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., student organizations, Greek organizations, and other members of the campus community brought canned foods to the sub to build their creation. The teams then had the chance to add building materials to help visualize their idea. At the end of the competition, awards were given for Best Meal, Most Cans, Most Creative, and the People's Choice Award. After the event, all the cans used during the competition were donated to Raider Red's food pantry in the admin building.
Aspiring filmmakers on the Tech campus had a chance to meet with some industry experts during a special event last week. The Department of Journalism and Creative Media Industries hosted a documentary production workshop last Thursday in the English building. The 90-minute workshop started at 3 p.m. and featured a special session with filmmakers Roger and Stephanie Howard. The Howards are the producers of the documentary The Weight of Honor. The film follows the life of a military family caregivers who take care of veterans wounded during their military service. Students had the chance to learn from the Howards' experiences of making the film, and they also had a chance to have their own work critiqued by the filmmakers. Along with the workshop, a special screening of The Weight of Honor took place in the English building on Thursday night, hosted by the TTU International Film Series.
Today marks the final day of Black History Month. Throughout February, members of the Tech community have taken time to recognize the impact African Americans have had on our country. Last Thursday, the Black Law Student Association, in conjunction with the Black Graduate Student Association, hosted a Black History Month Poetry Slam. The event took place at 6:30 p.m. in the Collaborative Commons in the Law Library. Members of both the BLSA and the BGSA took part in the event and showcased various forms of poetry from traditional writings to spoken word and musical performances. Last week's Poetry Slam was one of the last few events to take place during this year's observance of Black History Month. The final event taking place on campus is the African American History Month Lecture Series. This year's featured speaker is Angela Rye, the Principal and Chief Executive Office of Impact Strategies. Rye also serves as a political commentator for CNN, and the lecture series is scheduled to start tonight at 7 p.m. in the Sub Allen Theater, and it's free and open to the public.
The Lubbock area has experienced a bit of warm up this past week, with temperatures topping out in the 60s and 70s.
That's true, Angelina. We even saw temperatures climb near 80 degrees on Tuesday. So can we expect a continuation of the warm weather as we head into the month of March? MCTV's Madison Harton joins us now with a look at the forecast. Madison?
Thanks, guys. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but the spring conditions we were seeing earlier this week will not be continuing for very much longer. We'll be taking a break from them, at least for now. We're going to be experiencing some colder temperatures here on the South Plains, with everything dropping back down again with very low lows, especially into Sunday and Monday. Looking right now at our MCTV tower cam, we can see that the skies are big and blue and beautiful outside. And we actually have fairly moderate temperatures right now, so enjoy it while it lasts. Our high for today is around 69 degrees with sunny and warm conditions and a southerly wind of 10 to 20 miles per hour. And looking into tonight, the skies are going to be mostly clear and cool with a low of 37 degrees and a south by southeasterly wind of 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now about that cold front I was talking about, that's going to be rolling into Sunday and sticking around probably into Monday. We can see here from our Sunday temperatures that the highs are only going to get into about the mid-30s on the South Plains at the very warmest. And that front is going to be starting to blow in the morning, but will really hit its stride as Sunday goes into Monday. Our cool temperatures for that day are only going to get into about the mid-teens at the very highest and can drop down into the single digits. So keep that in mind. It's going to be very chilly going into Monday. For Friday's temperatures back here in Lubbock, we're going to have a high of 75 and a low of 38, and the sun will be shining with partially cloudy skies, so enjoy the nice Lubbock weather while we still have it for a few days, because it's not going to last, but at least we still have Friday to enjoy it. For Saturday, we can see the cold is starting to just creep in just a little bit so far, with a high of 56 and a low of 31. And for Sunday, when the front really starts to come in, a high of only 37 degrees and a low of 12 degrees. And these cold temperatures will likely continue into Monday and into next week. It's expected to be very chilly, so pack jackets, don't put up your winter coats yet because winter is not over on the South Plains and could potentially not be over for a few more weeks until we see our spring conditions return. Back to you.
Thanks, Madison. It may be hard to believe, but the beginning of spring break is just 7 days away. If you're still trying to find a way to escape Lubbock for the holiday, one campus group has an option for you. Each year, the Office of Parent and Family Relations coordinates several break shuttle bus trips to take students to and from campus during spring break. This year's destinations include Austin, Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. Each of the trips will leave from the band lot behind the Sub on Saturday, March 9th, and the buses will return to campus on Sunday, March 17th. Last-minute tickets are still on sale for all of the trips. The cost for one-way tickets to and from Austin and San Antonio are $109. Dallas is $103, and Houston is $119. To grab your tickets, visit breakshuttle.com.
The Texas Tech women's basketball team has already won more games this year than during the entire 2017-2018 season.
So could the Lady Raiders rack up another win as they finish out their regular season schedule? MCTV Ryan Heller is in studio with a recap of that game and more in sports. Ryan?
Thanks, Angelina and Paige. The Lady Raider basketball team suffered a heartbreaker on Tuesday, losing 64-62 to Iowa State. After a late layup by Iowa State that gave the Cyclones the 64-62 lead with just 3 seconds left on the clock, Crystalline Carr put up a three-point shot that just rolled in and out of the basket at the last second to end the game in soul-crushing fashion. They will head to Manhattan, Kansas this weekend as they get set to take on Kansas State. Tip-off against the Wildcats will be Saturday at 1. The game will also be televised on ESPN3. The men's basketball team survived a thriller last night against Oklahoma State, winning 84-80 in overtime. The Red Raiders had a 65-59 lead with a little over a minute left in the game, but the Cowboys rallied off 4 straight three-point shots to send the game into overtime, where Tech eventually sealed the victory. Their next game will be on Saturday on the road as they head to Fort Worth to take on TCU. Tip-off is set for 3 p.m. and the game will be televised on ESPN2. There is other news regarding Tech basketball. Chris Beard has been named a late-season candidate for Werner Ladder Naismith Coach of the Year. Along with that, Jarrett Culver has been named the Big 12 Conference Player of the Week. During that week, he averaged 18 points, 6 rebounds, and almost 4 assists a game, and most noticeably scoring 26 points in the blowout win over Kansas. Congrats to those two outstanding Red Raiders. In softball news, the Lady Raiders are starting to gain some notice around the NCAA with their 13-1 start, as they're starting to climb the national rankings. As of now, they are ranked number 16 in the ESPN poll and number 18 in the USA Today Top 25 Coaches poll. The Lady Raiders finally get to play here at home this weekend at Rocky Johnson Field as they will host the Texas Tech Invitational. The other 2 teams in the Invitational are UT Arlington and North Texas. Tomorrow they will play UT Arlington at 3 and North Texas at 5:30. On Saturday it switches. They face North Texas at 3 and UT Arlington at 5:30. The Tech baseball team routed New Mexico State on Tuesday as they shut out the Aggies 7-0. Brian Klein went 3 of 5 and an RBI and scored 2 runs. Dylan Noisy went 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, and Bryce Bonin pitched 6 strong innings, getting 3 strikeouts and only allowing 4 hits. They will head to Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco, Texas for the 2019 Frisco College Baseball Classic. They will face Nebraska tomorrow at 7, Mississippi State on Saturday at 6, and Sam Houston State on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Good luck out there, you guys. The Houston Rockets defeated the Charlotte Hornets last night 118-113. James Harden had 30 points, 7 assists, and 2 steals. Chris Paul had 17 points, 10 assists, and 2 steals. Clint Capella had 23 points along with 17 rebounds. They will take on the Miami Heat tonight in Houston at 7. Well, that's all for sports. Back to you, Angelina and Paige.
Thanks, Ryan. If you're like most college students, you probably live off a pretty small budget.
That's right, Angelina, and for most of us, anytime you can find a deal and save a little money, it's worth it. And luckily, one campus group found a way to help out students who may have needed a few extra items for their wardrobe. Earlier this month, the University Career Center partnered with JCPenney to host a suit-up event. During the event, students were able to stop by the store after hours on Sunday evening to take advantage of special discounts. Students with a Tech ID received an extra 40% off of men's and women's dress apparel, accessories, and shoes. The event also included prizes, and the in-store Sephora offered mini makeovers.
Many of our students, they haven't been in a Penny's for a while, so it gives them a great opportunity to stop by our store and see all the different things that we can provide them, not only tonight, so they can suit up for success, but also going forward and any day they need any type of merchandise or whatnot for the house.
The JCPenney Suit-Up event is hosted each fall and spring by the University Career Center. To keep an eye out for this fall's event, just visit the UCC's website at careercenter.ttu.edu.
So, Paige, did you make it out to this semester's suit-up event?
I did not, sadly, but I look forward to it in the fall.
That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.